Well, good morning. It is March 21st, and I am hiking out of the Rice Creek area. It's about 7:30. Got a late start to the day, I suppose. It when I left, my thermometer said it was 40 degrees. Again, though, clear skies, so it's going to warm up quite a bit. Oh, got some mud here I got to get through. It's not fun. All right, so we got about 17 miles today. And I pretty much, well, first thing I got to do is get across State Road 100, which is a 2-lane road, but pretty busy. I know this road because it's the road that I take to get to my sister's house in Florahome. So I'll be extra careful getting across this road. Then I've got pretty much a road walk for a while. And then the trail takes me back into the Etonia forest, which I've never been in. So it'll be fun for me to see something new. I remember there was something, there was one thing that was I think there was a couple. Sorry, I had to stop to think and go back over to my, to the far out. I have to remember what was interesting. There's a ravine in the Etonia forest. So that sounds interesting. I should be able to get a good picture or video of it. And then there's a particular plant that only grows in that area. It's called the Etonia rosemary. And there's a blue blaze that takes you to an area where it grows. And evidently it only grows in this general area. So that's neat, right? To see a plant that only grows in one place. More mud here. All right, so I'm gonna get to see that today. And then, ooh, that was fun. Sliding all over the place in that thick mud. And then I'm gonna head off trail and have about, I don't know, maybe less than a mile walk, I think, to my sister's house. And then I'm gonna get to take a shower. All right, well, as always, if I see anything interesting, I'll grab a video or a picture. All right, I will see you then. So this is the trail along 100. And gosh, I don't know, the actual road is, I don't know, 50 yards away. You can certainly hear it. But these are easy miles, nice and flat. I just got to deal with the noise pollution. That's all right. I was very fortunate when I got to the crossing. I had a quarter-mile clear in either direction, so I was able to cross right away, which was nice. All right, I'll see you again in a little bit. Well, I finally, after, I don't know, about 2.5 hours of a road walk and then a long walk along a, I don't know, maybe a hunter's road, backed up against some logging tracts as well. I'm finally at the Etonia Creek. So, a little bridge going over the creek. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty tannic. And you got the you can see the cypress stumps, yeah, Lots of cypress along here. All right, so I guess I'm about not quite halfway through the day of hiking. I'm going to keep going through the Etonia forest. It's nice to hear the birds again. Much better than the roadway on 100 and all the cars and trucks passing by. All right, so looking forward to seeing a ravine and whatever else we've got in here in the forest. All right, see you in a bit. All right, well, I'm still along the trail, and it says I've got a ravine view here. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. I don't know how well that shows up on the video, but yeah, it's pretty much straight down to the river. It says there should be some views over the next mile or so of the trail, so if I see another better view, I'll be sure to grab it. So I'm away from the creek now, and I'm in more of the, and around there it was more of a swampy forest. Not super swampy. There was a little bit of water, a little bit of mud. But now I'm in a different part, and it's more high and dry. Pine forest. Lots of pine needles on the trail, and easier to walk overall, but less shade. So it's interesting that these are, two different parts of the same forest. All right, looks like we're coming up into a stand of oak here. More of a canopy at least. Some shade. It's still early afternoon, and the sun is out, and it has warmed up quite a bit. It was 40 this morning. It's probably 80 now. So. It's still a nice day. No clouds in the sky, no weather issues. So I'm a little warm, but I'll take it. Well, I searched for about a half an hour for the Etonia or rose, or whatever, the rosemary. I couldn't find it, and it was through a bunch of white sand, so not fun. It's too bad because, from that picture I saw, it looks like it was a pretty bloom, but I was done trying to find it. I guess it just wasn't near the trail. But anyways, it is an endangered species. This is the only county where it exists. But it's still disappointing. I was looking forward to that. Oh well. All right, so I'm almost done with my trail miles. I just got a little bit more through the forest, and then a road walk. All right, so I'll see you in a bit. Well, I did it. I'm off the trail. Just gotta walk to my sister and brother-in-law's house.
I thought I could do it. But actually doing it is something else. Well, it was certainly a challenge. It is, it's warm right now. It was real nice hiking this morning, but now in the afternoon it's a bit more challenging. Got my hoodie on to try and keep as much of the sun off of me as possible. But it's still warm. But I learned a good amount. I now know that I'm capable of doing this for days in a row, back to back. And, I just gotta work a little bit on my gear. There's a couple things I think I need to consider changing out. And I've got to somehow, in the weeks leading up to leaving, I've got to somehow incorporate some elevation training. There were some ups and downs along the way around here, but, nothing like what I'm going to have to deal with at various points. The good news is, where I'm starting in Harper's Ferry, or just north of Harper's Ferry, is relatively flat. And so I'll be able to build up to the bigger elevation changes. But I'd like to be, somewhat prepared for that. Only thing I really missed out on, besides the elevation, was a resupply. And I could have worked that in, but I would have had to walk an extra 3 miles each way. And that would have been to Salt Springs. And that would have probably taken another day. And, now realistically, I don't think I'm ever going to have to carry 5 full days of food, which I did. And even then, I brought too much food because, if I was planning to finish in 5 days, not really 5 full days, I have an extra dinner in my bear canister that I didn't need. I have an extra breakfast because, well, you know what? I didn't eat breakfast on the trail on Sunday. I had something to eat before I got out of the car. So those are things I'll have to consider better when I'm actually on the trail. But I still think I did okay food-wise. I have some food left over, but besides those 2 meals worth, just a few extra things. Some extra drink packets, a granola bar, some trail mix. Nothing huge. All right, well, I'm going to keep walking. Hopefully get to my sister's house and maybe say hello to some animals. They've got a bunch of animals there. All righty, see you in a bit. Well, I made it to my sister and brother-in-law's house, and well, first, I'm glad I did those extra miles yesterday because I miscalculated the walk from the trailhead to their house, and it ended up being about an hour. I was expecting in about a 30-minute range. So I'm I'm glad I did that extra yesterday. I've had a shower and a good meal, better than anything I ate on the trail. The way I ate on the trail wasn't horrible. For quick and basically dehydrated food, so it wasn't horrible. And I'm tired. this was a good experience for me, and I'm looking forward to continue working towards the next goal. So the current plan, and it may change by a day or two, is the Appalachian Trail, starting in Harper's Ferry. I plan to transit there, I think, May 7th, and then actually start hiking on the 8th. Heading north, and then, go from there. So I hope that you've enjoyed this short adventure, and that you'll continue following me as I move on to the next steps. As always, if you've stuck around to the end, I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you next time on the trail.